Shooting the breeze with Nadine and Janine, talking about what's going on. Just having fun as we tell you some things that happened the whole week long. And to mention a few things that you were not privy, but we to help you along. Shooting the breeze with Nadine and Janine. Hope that you come along.
Hi, I'm Nadine Rose Jamison, your host, and this is my friend Janine Bookwalter, your co-host.
Welcome to Shooting the Breeze with Nadine and Janine.
Yes, welcome. So Janine, how are you?
I'm good.
How have things been, and what's going on, girl?
What's going on? I am going through an experience now with being the new kid on the block. And sometimes it's kind of rough to break through those barriers. And you just have to get to the point, if people don't talk to you, that you know your own value. And we talked about this in previous shows. You have to know who you are. For my belief, it's who I am in Christ. But it can be other values and beliefs of
Yeah,
other people.
sure.
And you have to walk out the door at night holding your head high, knowing you tried. And a person might not have been receptive to it, or it would take longer time to get to know people.
Yeah.
But something neat happened to me this week as far as being invited back to a place that I was. And it's comfortable for me there
Yeah.
because I know the people.
Yes.
And believe me, when the door of opportunity opened, I jumped
Yeah.
for it. And I'm grateful.
Of course.
And then sometimes I think I really felt with the before offer that I was to do it. I don't jump right away at things.
Yeah.
I take time, go home, pray about it, think about it. Sometimes I'll make a list
Yeah.
of what's good about it and
What's
what's
not,
not,
yeah.
and kind of outweigh them. And I really felt that I was to do it. And then when all this took place, I thought, did I not hear right? Was my intuition about it not right? And then I just thought maybe it just happened so that I realized that you can be grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the grass looks greener.
On the other side. Yeah.
Yep. And when you get there,
Yeah.
it's brown. So I don't know, but I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm gonna make the most and be the best I can be at it.
Yeah, look, like you said, things happen for a reason, and but the thing with that is, we adults, whatever you're a part of, whether you're a school teacher, whether you're a pastor, whether you're whatever, we always tell the kids, be kind to people, cliques are bad, you shouldn't, you should welcome everybody in, especially if they're new to a school, or a church or anything like that. But if you're gonna act standoffish, like you don't want to deal with that person, like they done something to you, and just making them feel like an outcast, we can't tell children that they're doing the wrong thing because we're doing the same thing ourselves by doing that.
We're
You
modeling that. We're modeling that.
Well, yes, exactly. And then you wonder why the kids do it, and so now you'll be going back to the place you were before, and you'll feel like you're home,
Absolutely, and just
and you know the people there, and you won't have to worry about these other people not wanting to say anything to you, which is so silly, Janine. It's so
that part
childish.
I didn't understand.
silly.
Yeah, but I can't hang on to the
No.
hurt that I first felt with. Let it go.
Because
right?
you got
And
something
there
better.
it is. Yeah.
Because you got something better,
And
yeah.
the door opened up.
There
So,
you go. Open
That's
up the
good.
door.
So
That was-
I'm doing well.
yes.
And you?
Oh,
What's new?
we're in the process of moving to another building, our after school program.
Oh.
Actually, it's the building that we had came from before, and the reason why we left it was because the churches had closed down. They had closed down 11 of the churches here, and ours was one of them. We had to find somewhere to go, and so we ended up where we are. And like you said, sometimes things look so sweet when you get there, but then people have a way of showing their true selves. You understand? So anyway, we're going back home.
We're both going back home.
We're both going back
Isn't
home,
that-
Janine. Yes,
That's what we have
that's
in common
right,
at
and
this
it's
point in our
wonderful.
life.
I'm glad,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
It's
And
exciting.
yes, it is. So welcome, people, to Shooting the Breeze with Nadine and Janine. And our show's lineup today is what's going on in Harrisburg, what's in the news, topic for the day, pearls of wisdom, and stinker of the week.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we have our stinker. Yes, we do. And so let me just start with what's going on in Harrisburg. And what's going on is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. That's November the 19th through November the 28th. Friday and Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Sunday is 2:30 p.m. And the tickets are $38, $26, and $14. And it's at 15 North 4th Street, Harrisburg, PA. And then we have Harrisburg Holiday Parade. This is the one I want to go to Saturdays. I haven't been to a parade in years, and I just love them. I end up watching them on TV, and it's nice to watch it on TV too. I like it, but I would love to just be in the mix of it.
But you know what the difference is? You're going with your granddaughter.
That's
and just
right.
the look of awe.
And she'll love it.
And
She would
her
absolutely love it. Yeah.
it'd be fun.
It would be fun for her. So yes, Harrisburg Holiday Parade, November the 20th, starting 10 a.m. and that's 10 North 2nd Street. And then we have Pennsylvania Christmas and Gift Show. That's December the 1st through December the 5th, 9 a.m. and it closes at 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. On Sunday, they open at 10 a.m. and they close at 5 p.m. So if you're interested in the holiday parade, the Pennsylvania Christmas gift show, or Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, well, just go and check it out. You might like it.
May I add just a quick
sure.
thing here with the show?
Sure.
With having trouble with getting goods in and the store shelves not having a lot, it might be a wise idea if you really want to pick up presents to go to that, because it'll be something that
Right.
you've got in hand.
Exactly.
I went to the dollar store the other night to get the basics.
Mhm.
There was one thing of toothpaste left.
Was there?
Guess what?
You got it.
I got it. I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be more difficult
It
to
is.
purchase
It will be.
things this year.
It
So
will
that's a
be.
good idea.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so Janine, tell us what's in the news for you.
The topic of the day. Well, it's on worry. And some things will amaze you about this. The percentage of Americans who worry a great deal about a terrorist climbed by 12 percent points since 2014 and now reached 51%, according to a new Gallup poll released this week. Events like the rise of the militant group ISIS filled several employees of a French satirical newspaper in Paris, and worry escalated. Worries over the economy and the availability and affordability of health care is another thing that is at the top of the list, causing more concern for more than 50% of the Americans. And there is such a war on now between the healthcare companies. I've gotten calls. I guess right now there's open enrollment for all the different companies.
yeah.
So they're all bidding for their
Yes,
causes
yes,
and how
yes,
much they'll cover and that kind of thing. But it is really a concern. And then we have to be concerned with those that don't have insurance.
That's right.
Or can't
can't afford it.
insurance.
Yes, yeah.
So that's a lot too.
Yeah.
54% the availability and affordability of health care. 53% worried about the economy just in general. 51 the possibility of future attacks. 46 social security system. 46 the size and system power of the federal government. 46% the way income and wealth are distributed in the U.S.
Yeah.
43% for hunger and homelessness. That was lower than I thought, just a tidbit. Well, just an opinion on my part. I thought it would be higher than that.
Yeah.
43% for crime and violence, 39% illegal immigration, 38% drug usage. That's not that high either.
Yeah.
Now that's something I feel concerned about, drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah, abuse, yeah.
But 37% unemployment, 34% quality of the environment, 28% the availability and affordability of energy, 28% climate change. That isn't that high
No, it's
either.
not.
I know that's a big one for you and Bill with the climate change. I've heard you talk about that a lot, and just what's happening to the environment.
Yes, yes.
The uptick of 11% in America's concern overall in race relations is likely due to the controversy surrounding Ferguson, Missouri, where Michael Brown was an unarmed teenager and he was shot to death. Despite concern, race relations was still only 28%. Much of the recession-era worry that was over unemployment has dissipated. Worry fell from 49% in 2014 to 37% in 2021. Lower gas prices should be a real catalyst for change. That's something that I feel should get more attention, because the prices keep going up and up and up. And any raises that people get is eaten up in gas.
Right, yeah.
So
it's going to keep going up. You know, that's what's going to happen. It's going to keep going up, this gas, because everything else is going up. Everything. And the meat, the prices for the meat is ridiculous.
And milk and bread. Just the basics.
Yep. And when you compare the prices of meat now than it was before this whole thing happened with this pandemic, it's sky high. Really.
How do I mean, I'm at the latter season in my life, and I don't have children in the home anymore to worry. But how does the young parent do it? Making minimum wage, and we go back to this again, with the gas prices going up. I mean,
I know, yeah, and you, like I said, you find a lot of seniors, working, you know, or although they might get their pension or their Social Security, whatever, they need a supplement, you know, to kind of push them through the month until the next check.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, when you get a certain age, unless you want to, I'll put that in. Unless you want to work.
About me, folks.
Listen, you and Bill gonna work until the day y'all drop. Y'all
Bill
gotta
too,
yeah. But unless you want to, that's why I put that first. Because it's okay if you want to, but if you're forced to get out there, that's a whole different thing.
It is.
If you're forced to get out there to find something, because the prices keep going up, but you gotta, you know, have something to go with the one that you're already getting. I feel bad for the elderly, you know, I really do.
And a lot of times they have health issues. For myself, I don't have. I've got little concerns with arthritis and stuff, but I don't have severe health issues.
Yeah.
So I'm able to. But what about the person that's not?
That's right.
I agree.
That's
with
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just something to think about. Try not to worry as much, and try to get some answers to some things.
Answers to some things if you can get it. If you can get it, yeah.
Right.
Okay, and so on the flip side of the news for me.
Okay.
Uber, I tell you, these people are something else.
Why's that?
Yes, this was in the news. Uber charges disabled extra fare. Why? Um, because they feel like they're out there waiting, and if you a senior or or you're disabled, you have to walk a little slower. You got to come down the steps a little slower, and they're like this. Okay, it's running. I don't care. Take your time. Or you got to take your time and get in the car.
Oh, no.
Somebody got to help you in the car. You know how it is, Janine.
I do.
Somebody might have crutches or whatever. You take your time getting in the car. They got to help. They're like, okay, go ahead, take your time. We're charging you. Go ahead, take all the time you want.
How can that happen?
It's disgusting, is what it
How's
is.
that allowed to happen?
I don't know who came up with that one. But this is what they're doing. And according to the federal prosecutor, Uber charges an extra fee starting 2 minutes after a car arrives until the trip starts. And excuse
That's
me.
not right.
No. And it discriminates against people with disabilities who may need more time to get in a vehicle.
And even going grocery shopping.
Listen, yes.
If they drop them off at the door,
Well, forget dropping them off the door. How about when they gotta go grocery shopping? Some of them have to use that.
the walker.
The walker.
The walker, yes.
They're not walking fast, Janine, right?
I know.
Okay, so they're taking the time walking, and of course they can't work fast and get started. Oh, come on. This is so ridiculous. I said, you gotta be kidding me. Are they really doing this?
So how do you put a stop to that?
Well, like I said, the course is trying to sue Uber for doing this thing here. But I don't know how that's going to work out, to tell you the truth.
It shouldn't be allowed.
It should not be allowed.
So, can the government come up with regulations that
They
Uber
need to.
has to follow?
They should. They should. I'm gonna keep my ears open for this one because
This is
it's
to
not
be
over.
continued.
Yeah.
No, this is.
It's
to
not
be
over.
continued.
And I said really, they should be ashamed of themselves. That's the truth. And I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I said people could sit back and actually think about, now how can I make another buck?
I have a disabled sister, and it does take her a good amount of time to get out the door and just get to the car. It takes probably about 7 minutes. Because she walks very,
because she
slow.
walks slow.
So
Yeah,
they're
of
going to
course.
penalize her for
They're
that.
going to
now.
penalize her for that, and they're going
People
to
need to stop.
see how
silly
long
dogs.
she take to get in the car, and
Yeah.
people got to fold up their walker. Somebody and they, oh my God, I can't believe, I really can't, and the poor disabled people they sometimes they get the bad end of the stick sometimes,
I know.
And
Remember when I broke something and I had to walk on the walker. I can't even remember what. But remember going down those stairs and folding
You had your
thing?
Yes,
and taking
I
it
remember.
step by step.
I think you broke your foot or something
think
like
I
that. You
did.
broke your foot because you had a cast on there.
Yeah, I was.
I remember,
and
Janine.
it
you-
took forever to get down those stairs.
Yes, it
so
did.
I can empathize with what's happening
Yes,
there.
yeah,
But
unbelievable.
the change has to take place.
It
And
has
the change
to.
has to start
Somebody
with
has
us.
to do something about that
Yeah,
because
thank you.
the elderly get treated so bad sometimes. Seriously, Janine, it's just heartbreaking sometimes.
It is.
Okay, and on that note, we have our what do we have?
The topic of the day was
You got your news part.
the worry.
Yeah.
I do have my news.
Janine has her news. Yes.
I do have it.
Yes, you do.
And the topic is just listening to National Public Radio, NPR.
Oh, okay.
It's an independent nonprofit media organization that was founded on a mission to create a more informed public. It connects with millions of Americans on the air, online, and in person to explore news, ideas, and what it means to be human. Through its network of member stations, NPR makes local news stories national, national news stories local, and global stories personal. They say that it's authentic, that the opinions of people don't come through, which I beg to differ with,
Yes,
but we'll
so
talk
do
about
I.
that in a minute. 53 million people listen weekly across platforms such as radio, smart speakers, NPR.org, which you can Google, social media, live events, NPR apps, and podcasts. 1,000 plus stations broadcast through NPR. The local member stations collaborate with NPR to deliver an increasingly rare and vital mix of rigorously reported local and national stories. 35 bureaus are found worldwide, 17 international places, 18 domestic bureaus. The team in the U.S. and across the globe discover the most important stories when they are happening. 33.1 million weekly, they have weekly listeners, 16.3 million weekly website visitors. NPR's Morning Edition is considered the most watched news radio show in America. 2.6 million use apps monthly. That's a lot of people listening to the news.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with the fact that they cover the stories well and give insight, but to say that no opinions ever come across, that it's just facts, I beg to differ with that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nadine?
I don't believe that. I mean, it's impossible not to have an opinion, and I mean I just don't. See.
Even if they don't use the words I think, or I believe, or I feel, which are lead-in words.
Right. They're still giving their opinion.
Yes.
To me.
There can be an underlying message.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen long enough to what the person's saying,
there
are going to be biases that are told.
Right.
But I think once you listen to ABC and NBC, it's probably good to get on NPR and hear what they have to compare, or maybe you'll get a little more insight, or you'll say, hey, that's not what NBC said.
Yeah.
And it'll motivate you to be more of a creative listener.
Yeah. I think they probably say, listen, don't use the word I think or I believe, because then you're giving your opinion. Well, you're giving it anyhow, whether you use those words or not. You are still giving it seriously.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to.
When you get into
it. Really is. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
You know, and no matter what news station you listen to how can you... You can say it's fact all you want, okay.
Might
Some
be fact
could be
to
fact.
you, but what
Some
about
could
the
be
other
fact,
person?
you know. I mean, but you know, the bottom line is, each individual would take from it what they're going to take from it, and you're going to believe what you heard. If you feel in a certain way, or you're not going to believe it, you know. And listen, everybody has an opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't say throw the opinions out. We're not allowed to. No.
No, and people perceive things differently.
Sure.
So what one person might perceive as a fact,
somebody
else
might.
Say,
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
That's just your opinion.
That's just.
This is what happened.
Yeah.
So, but give NPR a listen and a holler if you are not familiar with it at all, because it brings another side, another facet to the news, so to speak.
Yeah, it does. It does. So, Miss Janine, can you give us your pearls of wisdom, please?
I can, as soon as I can find it. I will be glad to share them with you.
Miss Janine will share her pearls of wisdom.
Listen to this. I love this one. by Eleanor Roosevelt, actually.
Okay.
Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. And on that note, in other words, they can't find anything else to talk about. So their quickest source is to go, did you hear what she did? Or blah, 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 blah. It's called gossip, people.
Yeah.
And if you want your mind to be small, that's your choice. But I don't want my mind to be small. I want to research and be open to
Sure.
many different events.
Open mind is good to have. Whether you agree with what's being said or not, just open up and just listen and say, oh, okay, or maybe, nah, I don't think so, maybe not, but just don't do a shutdown.
Right.
Because, hey, I mean, you might learn something from what you're hearing.
And it might not be applicable for that particular time.
Yeah, yes.
But a couple years down the road, you'll say, hey,
yes.
you know what?
Yeah.
I can use that
That's
information and process it now
That's right.
for something that I'm going
That's
through.
right. So, that's what I think. So how long? I tell you this. You know what?
Are you getting ready for the holidays?
Well, I can't believe Thanksgiving is next week, Janine. Can you? November just got here. Just got here. Next week is Thanksgiving. My sister's birthday was November the 5th.
Okay.
And I'm never late with calling her in the morning and saying happy birthday, whatever, sending her a text, stuff like that. So I get a text in the morning and it says, you better be sending me a text for my birthday. I'm like, oh, snap. Okay. I said, it's the 5th already. The days go by so fast, Janine, I'm telling you. I'm like, it was just November the 1st, just, so I ended up sending her a text.
I'm still waiting for the letter.
Oh,
Bill,
my goodness.
Did you witness the letter? She said she was going to write me a letter, right? I'm still waiting for it. Mm-hmm. Nobody better talk about me like a dog.
Thanks for reminding me. Janine. It's coming. It's coming, though.
It's okay. I've been waiting for that letter.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my.
So anyway, what are you do? Are you cooking dinner for?
Yeah, I'm going to do some cooking, yeah. I'm not having nobody over, but because Christmas, I'm having people over. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my sister's coming and her grandkids is coming and her friends coming. So I'm going to do the big cooking for Christmas. For Thanksgiving, I'm a cook. Listen, this is what happened. A few years back, because I'm so used to doing so much cooking.
I know.
A few years back, I said, "But let's do something different. Let's go somewhere and sleep out." We went to a hotel and then stayed in a nice room and everything and. They had a nice Thanksgiving spread.
How did you like that?
It was wonderful. The food was delicious. It really was, and we had a nice time. But this is what happened, Janine. I went home. We were home.
And you didn't have any turkey in the refrigerator.
Nothing was smelling of Thanksgiving. No turkey.
No stovetop.
No nothing. And guess what I did?
Went and got a turkey.
I went out and got a turkey and cooked it and did all the trimmings. I said, I thought I wanted to do something different, but it just felt funny. All the years I've been doing it, and it just didn't feel right. And the kids were glad I did. I said, oh, well. Yeah, okay, so Janine, I'm going to go to our stinker of the week. And our stinker of the week, Janine, is the Uber people. Okay? You Uber, you're the stinker of the week. Okay? Because it's disgraceful you finding another way to make a buck off the disabled. It's absolutely disgusting, but listen, they can't help but walk slow. Some have the canes, some have their,
Some have breathing apparatus.
Some have breathing. Some have
on the side.
Nobody's thinking about that.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And I said, well, who came up with something? It's about the almighty dollar. And for me, I say, slow your roll. Stop being greedy. and try to show a little love for people who are not as fortunate as you are. You know, seriously.
I also know that you reap what you sow. And if it doesn't catch up with you now, in your greed, it will someday. And you'll be sorry and you'll wish that you had
treated
had
them
more compassion on
more
people.
compassion, please,
catches
please, exactly. So, have compassion, people.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Know your self-worth.
Know your self-worth.
And we'll see you next week
We
for
will.
another edition of
Thank you.
Shooting the Breeze with Nadine and Janine. Goodbye.
Bye.